Hello, dreamers. Shall we try that again? Man, what a way to start things off. I apologize for that, y'all. I was really having trouble getting the little Dream Dragon in. All of a sudden, I'm like, no. This can't be its Fansly stream. This is not Fansly. Okay, check the... Come on. In you go. Anyway, I'm sorry I charge extra for that. But hello, everyone. Make yourself comfortable. Thank you for being patient as I was trying to work out a few little issues right there. Is my Diglett's back in the hole? Oh, yes, my Diglett is very much in the hole. It is very much, well, I feel like that was a setup for a cloaca joke. So let's just say I'm not having to worry about anything that's going to get me in trouble with Daddy Dan Clancy. So, I'm sorry. I hate to disappoint y'all. Snooze, no, the stream literally just restarted. Snooze for 5 minutes. No ads right now. I'm not gonna hit y'all with ads. Almost got you, see. I saw that coming. I saw what you're doing there. I saw that. I know what you are. Smiles big and wide. Oh, man. But hello, everyone. Welcome back. Sadly, it has been a scuff week, ending May with a bang. But you know what comes after May? Happy June, everyone! Deltarune tomorrow. Not actually. We don't have Deltarune yet. One of these days. I mean, if we do get to one of these days, depending on what the implications are, just make sure to tag appropriately. Smiles big and wide. I want you to draw me like one of your draconic girls. Allowed to have celebration uppies? Sure. Well, actually, let me just make sure I got the uppies enabled, because now I need to get a little something to get those in there. So there you go. Uppies are free to redeem. And also, I know a few of y'all had called it a night at the start of things, but I appreciate all of y'all coming back in with those resubs. Gothic Gamer, Morpho. I think Morpho headed to bed, but Kana and Calypsy the other day. Thank you so much, y'all. And also B. Okay, B, you were... That was when I was live really early. Hi, y'all. Am I sure I want that? Oh, boy. Maybe. Anyway, who got the uppies? There we go. Purple Survivor. You got the uppies. Where are you, Purple Survivor? There you are. Hopefully y'all are enjoying your summer so far. I know technically it's spring, but it's June. It's close enough. So hi. Around we go, into the skies we go. Yeet. And sadly, I think we lost more. Man, here I was going to give you your special uppies. Where'd you go? Where are you? It's summer where you are. I mean, in fairness, you're also in a part of the world where there's a lot of summer. There's summer, and then you have super summer. And then you have wet summer. Tuxil. Well, there we go. Giving you uppies so you can get away from your heat wave, because it's super hot where you are. That's what he said. There we go. Can you get a kiss on the cheek? Oh my, do I have to do a kiss redeem? I don't have an actual claim for that one, so... You're welcome. Trying to get some good night uppies. I shall definitely send you off into the abyss, DM. You've been busy. You've been doing audio help. Yeet. So, here comes the mod. Do you want the special? No, you don't. In fact, anyone who's not familiar, the Diamond Planet is also going to become very animated very soon. Hey, DM, when's your debut stream? Remind everyone, when's your debut stream? When are we getting to see new DM? Courtesy of Tuxel. The 14th of June, everyone. That's right. DM is going live today thanks to Tuxel, who has now made 3 of the Pookies very, very specially animated. Yeet. So go check that out. Actually, remind me, DM, because you don't use the Dimod Planet. Let me know what you use instead for that. Because I know... Actually, it's DMTV, isn't it? I think it's DMTV. DMTV? Did I get that right? I think I got that right. But let's also get that DMVT. I was going to say, give yourself a shout out, because just to make sure anyone who wants to go check that out, so that everyone can hop in and go check that out. Yes. Already did. You already did? Did you? Oh, there you did. DM on top of everything. All of a sudden, it's like Kane and Bubble. Good boy! Yeet. Anyway, who else did we have? I think I saw Annie. Where are you, Annie? Annie. Annie, are you okay? So, Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Anyway, where are you, Annie? Annie. Got another redeem. Man, y'all are okay. Y'all are lighting up. There we go. There's Annie. What is this really useful redeem? It's really useful. It's the number 1. It's really important and really useful and will never cause confusion and delay except when it does. Hello, Parker. How you be, my friend? How's your week starting out? Now that we've managed to overcome the scuff. They say don't self-identify as scuff. But I'll tell you, after last week, which it was the stupidest thing. So I know y'all were hanging out for the collab with Jay, Mandy, and Lorelai. And sadly, it was a rough night for me because we were trying to play Peak. Everything was going great. And then all of a sudden, I was just having these crazy just outages. Everything was dying. I was losing like 50% of my connection. And Max, where are you? Where you be, Max? Where you be, Max? There you be, Max. Around you go. Oh, and Mar, yes, you are next. Actually, no, that is... Well, Christopher, you wanted that anyway, so yes, up you go. Movie night with your girlfriend? Ooh, have fun. Also, creature. Me, daddy? Well, I can be a fatherly figure if you so desire. I can be dad, I can be father, I can be daddy. All your choice. Whatever you dream of. Yeet. And there, now we get Max. There you are. And then get Mar in there. You've been here the whole time? Okay, so it just took you a moment to spawn in, because I was looking for you for a second, and it just didn't register yet. Max with the big smiles. Big toothy J grin. I'm glad y'all are having fun. Well, I was going to say those are Jay's emotes, but glad y'all are having some fun. So, y'all gotten settled into the summer? Or are you experiencing summertime sadness? VTuber BS type thingy. VS? Well, I'm not sure VTuber VS. Tell me about that. What are we talking about with that? Because I don't know if I know. Yeet. And Mar, where are you? Where are you? Ah, there you are. The two skulls side by side. We got Blue Rose and we got you. A very happy pride. You're welcome. Rest your head. You must be tired already. One day into pride. Just rest your weary head. Be at ease. You have nothing to worry about. Did I see your drawing? I did. I was gonna say, Leona, you pump out so much artwork. The one that I saw in particular was Diem getting a hug from ZZ, where she was also just thwumping his face, just all of a sudden, thwump. Nope, that's for Fansly. Yeet. Emotional roller coaster. Mood. But anyway, how about I pull the... Guys, you're welcome. There you are. You're welcome. Based content. It doesn't get any better than that. I don't, everyone coming in here with their flags. Because June, everyone! I was trying to think of, I forget what's his name. He was famous on TikTok for a while because he was lip-syncing with all the layered rainbow wigs that he had. And then flipping out fans were just peak Yas. I forget his name. I think he was like, I don't remember off the top of my head. Did I see the worm? Are we the friend of the worm? Guys, would you love me if I were a worm? Need to make pride art of your persona. Gonna be subtle, like putting... Okay. Well, it's kind of... I think sometimes subtle touches are nice. Where you look at adding something that it's not too loud of a detail, but just where you kind of got those little hints there. So you look at the piece, and the more you look at it, you go, wait a minute, something's clicking. Oh, I see what you did there. I like subtext. I like things that you will just kind of sneak in there. And then, of course, when someone's like, wait a minute, did you include that? Smiles big and wide. Shiro from Voltron. Oh, there's actually a series. It's been on my backlog for a long time. You would love me if I were still a worm? Yay. I will be the best little worm. I was going to say it. I feel like we were going back and forth between worm and snake for a little time. Just digging in the dirt, diggy hole. It's like Minecraft, the funny block game. Just dig down until you end up at bedrock. Blue Rose, there you are. Have I heard what the Pope said recently? I know, we've had the based Pope recently where he's gone off and just said... He's done like the Hayao Miyazaki, that AI slop is an abomination against humanity. So, based Pope all of a sudden. I won't comment. Marv, you're like, Amen. AI is slop. All the people hate that shit. In our name and the Lord Jesus Christ, may the slop orators descend into hell. Amen. Yeet. Suddenly everyone wants to become Catholic after that one. Based Pope. Absolute based Pope. I'm also gonna... I'm gonna check something, because I know y'all have mentioned the fan art does not seem to rotate very well. Like, I think, Naya-chan, your stuff I did put in a folder, because I know you've done a bunch of pieces. So I think... Has it been behaving? The things I've been meaning to check for a while. Just to see. Fan art. Yeah, Naya-chan, yeah, put your stuff in a folder. Okay. Yeah, okay. Guess we're rotating now. Where the button at? Need to cuff me before I go to sleep. Oh, really? What are you talking about? You saying, what do you mean cuff me? What do you mean cuff me? You trying to tie me to the bed or something? Just all of a sudden clank, be like, go to sleep, you will rest now. Collar me, huh? Oh, really? Is that a threat or an offer? ¿Por qué no los dos? I mean, you're into that. Where did you hear that, Eris? Where did you hear that? What are you getting on about?
Oh boy.
Are you saying I like to have a collar put on me, get little head pats, and then be called a good boy? Are you saying that? I'll stretch my tail. Actually, you know what? After the scuff, I probably should. Sure. Y'all seem to be very aggressive tonight. You want me to bring out the evidence? Oh my god. Suddenly we're gonna have a Phoenix Wright night. It's just updated autopsy report, just showing all the evidence. What is a Durg? A Durg is a dragon. So, just a cute little name. Some people see a dragon, some people see a Durgan, some just like to simplify it to a Durg. Everyone just loves seeing a 6'10" tall dragon man standing before them in a collar and leash for their very whim. Happy to make their dreams as pleasant as he can. There we are. Not necessarily sure I'd say it's an elegant phrase. It just happens to be a phrase. Pick an animal. Oh no, Max, you got more art crimes coming? Jesus. Man, all of a sudden, everyone is reaching out and touching faith tonight. And they're like, squeak, 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 squeak. Man, y'all are unhinged right now. What's this all about? What's this all about? I can't believe y'all. Absolute degenerates tonight. Y'all are gonna have some spicy dreams. Am I going to have to press F? VTuber Versa. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. That's what you mean. Let's see, Max. What do we need for an animal? What do we need? I feel like I almost want to... I want to narrow it down a little bit. I'm not sure if we want to do something that is mammalian, if we want to do something avian, or something reptilian. Waiter, more subby dirg, please. Ah, yes. The blue plate special. Subby dirg. Just hands tied behind his back, on his knees, looking up with you. Looking up with just a look. There you go. Just fuel that fantasy a little bit. What can we do? What the heck was that growl? Smiles big and wide. I was stretching. Nothing spicy beside Diem having a Robin face.
Robin, the boy wonder? Huh. Oh, okay. I wonder what does it look like behind the mask?
There you go, there's some fan art ideas. Subby men, that's your type, eh? Pangolin, if I were an animal. I think I remember someone mentioned pangolins before. When were we talking about pangolins? That was a hot minute ago. Scaly anteaters. Yep, I was trying to think, who was it that brought... It was a while ago. Evidence 2, the BDSM... Okay, Harris, that's enough proof. We're good now. She's like, oh, no. I'm going to bring out everything. I'm going to be Miles Edgeworth, and I'm going to dunk on you in this case. Cutting salaries left and right, gumfuck. Need to draw Mr. Potato Face. Although, Blue Rose, the thing is it needs to be as absolutely glamorous, beautiful, and sussy as possible. Until you get to the scrambled me face. Eris could be a PI with all this evidence. I know, pulling out all the court records. Guilty as charged. Just all of a sudden changes the slideshow. It's like, okay, if anyone remembers Austin Powers, the first one. Property of Austin Powers, 1 Swedish penis pump. It's not mine, baby, I swear. 1 manual for how to use a Swedish penis pump. I swear, baby, it's not mine. 1, how I shagadelically enhanced my member using a Swedish penis pump. Oh, really, it's not mine, baby. Goes on and on with Eris just dropping more and more evidence. Man, we are off to a spicy thing. Adorable animal crime. Oh yeah, your fuzzy boy. Your fuzzy boy is so cute. Let's see this boy on a motorcycle. Let's see. Oh my god. Bro looks like he is about ready. I'm like, is he comfortable like that? And correct me if I'm wrong, he is poodle, he's doodle. Correct me on Rocker's breed again. Want to make sure I did get that right. The subby pet application. Eris is not going to let me live this down. Eris is enjoying this. I mean, in fairness, she's also given me some new looks. She's helping to manifest what I see when you have a nightmare. Suddenly everyone looking to have a bit of a darker dream. There we go. Mods. Okay, so he is a golden doodle. Because I was like, I feel like he's got some traits that aren't fully poodle. He's a he's a cute big baby boy. Absolutely. How old is he again? Because I feel like he, with his size, I'm guessing he's probably adult baby boy. Hobbies teasing men until they become a submissive mess. Oh my god. Is this the cue that we need to work on some ASMR scripts? ASMR roleplay scripts for y'all? All the sussy content you could want. Might even have a little something special on the way in case you might be interested in some. ASMR. Would chat like that? would chat, like to drift away to all the senses in their ear holes. Smiles big and wide. Yas, bringing the ASMR. Just don't squish the dreamer again. I mean, some people like it. It's kind of funny. There used to be very tasteless jokes once upon a lifetime ago. What was called a hug box, as apparently it was observed that individuals who deal with autism in many cases like pressure on their bodies. And there used to be a very terrible meme of this contraption which became known as a hug box. Basically a device that would squeeze you. And so then years pass, and increasingly people are like, yeah, I like body pressure. It feels nice. Whether that hug or some kind of thing that is just weight on you, weighted blankets for one, and suddenly it's just, man, okay, we got something. Y'all are onto something with this. For the period when the internet was a shitlord, going, okay, yeah, y'all are onto something. Not surprised one of the Plague Doctor BFE. I mean, I know, we have a lot of Plague Doctor enjoyers. Y'all enjoy your bird mask, man. Bro would crush you size I mean, I am 6'10", so certainly able to cover most of you. Yeet. Consensually, of course. If that's what you desire. The hug machine or squeeze machine. So it really was that old. Yeah, it's a really interesting piece of technology. Of course, again, the internet, many people were shitlords about this. But there's actually science to it. Post more Frutiger comic characters, and there are more. Okay, nice. So much Frutiger arrow. 6'10" who wants to be a little spoon. Don't threaten me with a good time. Is thrown, hey, there's a penny back here. Congratulations on your earnings. Philip's little sister. The internet, off they wear. Yep. I mean, the internet, of course, will always be terrible about anything. There's a corner of the internet where just people get up to the most unhinged kind of things. 5-2. Hello, Project Apollo. Welcome in. Welcome in. The safe word is apathy. Yes. I have to give credit to the person who came up with that one because it is quite apropos and brilliant. But... yes. I was debating what I wanted to do tonight because I wasn't sure if I wanted to either vibe game or if we chit-chat for a little bit. Kind of going into things pretty loosey-goosey. I know some people have been playing Dead as Disco, and I've been curious to check that out one of these days. We can always
Welcome, dreamer.
Roddy Doodles. The Roddy Doodles? Hello, sir. We've got an animator in our midst. Hello. Welcome in. Why are you up this late, my friend? Go to bed. Get some sleep. But, hello. I know. Zooms in. The Tukes are like, shall we do some Lumines? Oh. Get some sleep, bro. Streaming at 12 a.m. Smiles, big and wide. I mean, I'm here to guide you all into your sleep. I get to have some fun teasing y'all for being up late. Darling, I'm an artist. Sleep is not on my schedule. Real for that. So real for that. It's funny, there's a voice actor I sound like who might be working on a little something with Roddy right now. Fun little thing of, some things of that person's past going full circle. That voice actor who I sound like was visiting me recently. And, you know, taking some time to rest. He's quite the introvert, so he doesn't tend to come out too much to say hi to anyone. But was rather amused, having fun working on a project that called back to his days as an emo kid. Damian Williams teasing Roderick with sleeping. ASMR POV, your boyfriend says, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, my lover, go to sleep, go to sleep. And now dreamy time for you. Teenage dirtbag baby. Oh man, going back to the early aughts. You know, it's been interesting seeing, with Lex mentioning Frutiger Arrow. Rude. With Lex mentioning Frutiger Arrow. And now how the nostalgia is for that Y2K era, where everything was just as utopian and green and glassy as it could be. Not gonna lie, haven't had a wink of sleep this past week. Real for that. In character, ooh, I think I saw you mention that. Me, of course, keeping an eye on everyone, being Mr. Introvert, but trying to keep up with the fun stuff going on. Thank you, Faye. Headpads. Like the headpads. The animal of, oh yeah, the animal. All of a sudden, I misread that sentence where I said animal of Mihai choosing. I thought it said animal Mihai crossing. And I'm going, ooh, do I get to join Isabel and get some dream juice? Is this Isabel's vacation juice where we're just yapping back and forth? Am I the one? Is this like Doom Guy and Isabel crossover again, except I'm the Doom Guy this time? So, yeah, YouTube will always be a little more delayed for the stream. That's just something out of my control. That's how the service works. Purple Site will always be the fastest, lowest latency. Red Site will have a little bit of delay. And as for the tiki-taki thing, I'm not entirely sure. I haven't tested. No, it's me as Isabel. Me as Isabel. I'm the one doing all the paperwork and going... Slams back a shot of whiskey. And Tom Nook, you're a bitch! Man. Isabel... I love Isabel. Isabel is such a mood. Easily one of my favorite characters of Animal Crossing. Facts, though. Not the I mean, you know, I always thought it was funny, and give a Japanese game, and the Japanese have some heckin' good whiskey. If you've ever had any variety of Suntory whiskey, clean, smooth, it's definitely an interesting flavor. The way they like to do whiskey, it's a very bright kind of drink. And, you know, seeing the bottle that it's in, where this, if I remember correctly, just looks like a bottle of Suntory. And, of course, they go, no, it's vacation juice. I mean, you know, what she's mixing into it, but let's be real. Japanese workaholic secretary. And, girl wants to unwind a little bit. Bat. We got the bat. Hello, Noxus. Welcome back. How you be tonight, my friend? How you be? What is going on? Has anyone tried a buzzball? Ooh. Well, if we're talking that variety of dream juice, I will strongly suggest, I forget who it was. Someone actually, I remember, got very ill from drinking buzzball. Because apparently some buzzball things, and if anyone's unfamiliar, buzzballs are these little, how do I describe them? They look like tiny little half-pint barrels of a mixed cocktail drink. So some single-serving mixed cocktail drink, usually sweet, super sweet. And someone apparently got violently ill, because if it's anything that happens to be a cocktail made with some kind of milk, it can spoil, because milk. And, yeah, did not go over well. But even without that, anything that is prepared with a lot of have been sitting on a gas station shelf for a few years. Yeah. Not judging anyone who's into them, but not exactly the classiest kind of beverage. So if it's something that you're buying at a gas station to get a shot of liquor, it's there next to Mad Dog 2020 and Night Train, which, let's just say, they contain alcohol in them. Whether it's alcohol you want to consume is a different story. You might be seeing the color ultra black by the time you are done consuming it. Not recommended. Not something that I offer over here in the bar off to the side whenever any of y'all need anything. So, in fact, as y'all see, hidden right back there. But that's not the kind of thing I'm normally preparing. Yeah, buzzballs get you buzzed. The kind of thing that you want to drink to feel something. And I will always advise something that brings you a sense of peace, brings you a sense of fulfillment, brings you a sense of warmth, rest. Not to get shit-faced. That's not gonna make for a very good dream. In fact, you're probably going to be feeling fire coming up in case you go to bed like that. Definitely feeling something. Old Winco on your yeah. Y'all have probably noticed, I do enjoy talking about mixology from time to time. And so, what I will say is, have things in moderation, learn your measurements. It's always better to mix something that is balanced that you can enjoy. Because when you can savor a good flavor, it's like how tea or coffee can be a very meditative experience to consume, where you slowly will take it in, you sip it, you taste it, you can smell it in some cases, and you enjoy the experience of having it, versus something you slam down and is gonna be making you feel something. 1 glass of water per shot, yes, that is a good metric. Because you certainly want to pace yourself. Because flavor is good. You don't want to lose your senses. Because then you're just not going to feel very good. Wine seems good with a good steak. Definitely pacing yourself again. Because that is something, when looking at all of them, wine can still hit very intensely. Especially red wines, heavy with tannins, or very sweet white wines. So you can have very strong flavors that will kind of leave a little bit of an impact. And I'd suggest just pace yourself and measure it out. So your normal guidelines, 16 ounces of like a 5% ABV beer, 4 ounces of like a 13% wine, and then usually a 2-ounce shot of any kind of liquor. The Lackadaisy booth was selling mixer cocktail. Ooh. S'il vous plaît. I'm going to have to take a look at that. A Lackadaisy cocktail booth. For anyone who's not familiar, I hope y'all know the animation Lackadaisy. But Lackadaisy Tracy, the creator of the series, has styled it gorgeously on the 1920s and the golden age of the bootleggers and the golden age of cocktails. Ooh, is that more B content? Is that more B art I see? Was it? I thought I remembered you sharing that. I do love it. I gotta add that in the mix. And Noxus, may you have a beautiful night. May you have sweet dreams. And as you drift away into the peaceful abyss of your mind, may you be at ease. And may you be able to explore the most beautiful visions that you see before you. So close your eyes, drift away, and when you see the soft light of the waking world beckoning for you to return, may your journey be peaceful. And so, until you return to this place, good night. And hello, son. Let me pick you up. Sassy and rebel vibes? Oh my. I mean, I'm flattered. I guess it's funny why you cast that voice actor that I sound like to play as him. And there's some things that I guess just shine through. There's a little bit of the actor that goes into the character. Sometimes it's just, You don't realize it, but there's something that's more of a fit than just being a character. Yeet. Mention my height. I should have added that. Let me actually make sure I did add that one in. And hello, Hellhounds. Welcome back. So, I've been doing a little Nuzlocke with Sin and a bunch of friends. I know Lorelei. Hi, Lorelei, which we need to figure out another collab. Not to call you out as you're vibing right now, but we need to figure out another collab now that I've figured out what was going on my end. Which was the stupidest thing. For any of y'all who were there for the collab and saw me on the struggle bus where I was just losing connection with this world again and again and again. A dirty fiber optic cable. A freaking dirty fiber optic cable was just completely screwing up my connection where I could not stay online. And after getting it clean, which is the thing, fiber optic cables can actually be clean, because if you get any kind of dust or gunk on the things, then suddenly it impacts light being able to be transmitted through. And, as someone with a lot of light. So yeah, by all means, of course, please feel free to vibe, but just want to let you know now that I figured that problem out. And it really sucks, because of course, everything went completely sideways that night. And I'm just like, oh, man, come on. No, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Don't let one fiber optic cable. I got so much light running through this place. Mind you, this is a world entirely of dusk, night, and just beautiful crystals and such wonderful, shiny, reflective things. I find it beautiful, at least. Okay, I think... Yes, okay. Okay, so you're moving much sooner. I was wondering about that, because I know you hadn't posted a schedule to go live this week, so I was wondering if that was a thing going, you're much closer to moving than I thought. Okay. What happens if the Durg is in the dark for too long? Why don't you find out? Don't worry. Even as a creature in the dark, I promise to be gentle. Might be a little more shocking when you do see my form, but... Unless you mean dancing with the Durg in the dark, in which case... We'll just have to see what happens whenever I launch the Fansley streams. Smells big and wide. Don't be gentle. With consent, of course. With consent. There is always a word to slam on the brakes, of course. But of course, if you do want things to be a little rough. Holy heck, the Lackadaisy Mixer Cocktail Book. Okay, this is something... Whoa, the art is gorgeous. And just tab back, what is happening? We're talking about beautiful and frightening sights when it gets very dark. Some of y'all haven't seen what other forms I can take. An even bigger dragon, just breathing down your neck. Cold air, a thrilling chill. Oh look, waifus! And who's that? Hello, Strawberry Man Kitty. How you be tonight? Come on in, make yourself comfortable. How was your... What were you streaming right now? I did not... As we're getting a little spicy right now. Yeah, Lord. Oh, Mar, like, yeah, come on, Lord, come on. Okay, so you were doing an art stream. Nice. I know we were hanging out in Jay's stream the other day. Okay, I gotta check. What were you working on? Let's see, stream starts soon. Working on some emotes, it looks like. Yes? Is there a little art review too? I see some emotes. I see colorful stuff. Nice. But anyway, welcome to everyone coming in with Strawberry Man Kitty. I am Mihai Zetta. I am the Dream Dragon. I am your faithful guide through this world between worlds. Whatever your fantasy, I will help guide you there and bring you to the most peaceful, beautiful dream you can have. And don't worry, It'll only cost you a memory. Claiming while the Raiders join. Oops. Putting on a show. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. And of course, please rest. Recharge. I think I saw you look like you were streaming for about 4 hours, so make sure to grab a drink. As we were also talking about things like the Lackadaisy cocktail book, which I'm really looking for. I might have to check that out because with Tracy's love for just the golden era of cocktails, I'm sure it's got some amazing classics in there. Ooh, who claimed uppies? Who got the uppies? Lex, where are you, Lex? Where'd you go, Lex? I think I saw you around here, Lex. Lex. So I haven't fully implemented some. I have a little alert on my end for the uppies. So, God, I'm bell trained to listen for y'all whenever you happen to claim the uppies. Tomb helped make the mixers and baked goods. Got to try some of the cupcakes made from MomoCon. Oh, y'all had fun at MomoCon. Memory-based magic systems and lore. Ooh, very nice. And just make sure it's Hesperos, correct? Wanted to make sure I pronounced that correctly. But yes, that is who I am in this world. Just your faithful guide. Many find their way here. Long, restless nights. Dark moods. Just desiring to feel peace. To drift away and feel okay. This is a place to heal. This is a place to be at ease. Whatever troubles you, this is your place to get the strength to go back. Whatever you want can become reality. All a place for good souls, wandering souls, to be able to find a path again. Okay. And Annie, may you have a beautiful night. May you have sweet dreams. And as you drift away into the peaceful abyss of your mind palace, may you see the most wonderful visions that you can imagine. And so, when you see the soft light of the waking world calling you back, may the path be smooth. And until you return to this world, good night. Bat. Finally, we're starting to get some ZZA. How does that even happen? You got scolded by a V. Dare I say more? DM me who this person was. Hopefully they're not an asshole. Sadly, I can probably confirm whether or not they are an asshole. I've heard a few stories from that voice actor who I sound like. There's some people who are very terrible out there. He's got many stories he's brought, for better and worse. Welcome, dreamer. We won't talk about too many of those, though. I'm disappointed to hear that one. I'm actually disappointed to hear that one more. Oh, dear. I'm sure there will be a story later, but that is unfortunate. Man. I don't want to talk about too many dark things, but one thing that is unfortunate, and one of the reasons why I open this world up to everyone as I do, is unfortunately many end up dealing with dark experiences when they find out someone has a different face than what they try to show people. And it's very disheartening because you want to see people for who they are. You want to see the trueness in someone's soul. You want to see something honest. It's kind of funny to say this as someone who conjures up dreams, but you want to see something you can trust, something reliable, something that feels safe. And so when you have someone who betrays that trust,
welcome,
however it is, it does damage to your soul. And it can be a struggle to recover from that. Because at that point, one, are you the only one who has seen this? Do they try to hide it from other people? Or do they end up doing some damage where it falls on you to be able to get to a better place? And it's unfortunate. There's some very terrible people out there. I even know that voice actor I sound like was trying to promote something as a response to something very dark. He knew. But as long as you are here, you may rest. And I hope that you have nothing but support, trust, and beauty that guides you to find something worth living for, wherever it may be. And find the people that you can walk the path with, friends as they are. And also, as I was in the middle of a bit of a talk, so Hesperos, thank you very much for the follow. I am curious if you do share any of your lore. If you, in case you ever find you want to join the Discord, we have a whole artist and creative channel, and I love to see what everyone's working on. I am the most reverse parasocial person when it comes to checking out everything. As I was just peeking in. And also, Exhausted Egg, welcome in. Thank you very much for the follow. Wanted to make sure I didn't forget you there as well. It is basically an artist alley. I did creative showcase as it is, but in the Discord, just having that as a lovely. And hello, Alice. I was gonna say, Alice, I feel like you missed it. Knowing you like to tease Din about being in chains, you missed it right after someone wanted to just, you know, like handcuff me to a bed and go to sleep, rest your bones. Bro is a stalker. I'm just very good. Look, it is my job to learn about people, to entertain them, and to bring them whatever it is that fulfills their deepest desire. Ethical stalking. Ethical. Consensual. I make sure everything, channeling my inner oh God, no. Ew, no. Oh my. Oh my God. So first of all, I gotta drop this in there. First of all, I gotta show a little something in there, because Tuxel, of course, is cooking something very silly. As all of a sudden I was seeing Parker's amazing spread. Sadly, I think Parker called it a night. I think I see that's B at the hat. B and Parker with matching hats. But so first, we see little Caduceus the snack, angry. And hello everybody, my name is Markiplier. What is the context for little Caduceus being angry at Marky Moo here? What's going on right here? Why does the snack not like the YouTuber man? What's wrong with Marky Moo? Actually, this is something. You don't want to watch Iron Lung sometime on stream? I don't know if I'm actually allowed to do that. That might be pushing my luck. But I haven't seen Iron Lung yet. So, you know, hashtag support the creator. Give him all the... Actually, I probably can get a few bucks out of each watch from that on YouTube. What the heck? What the heck? TikTok of a snack who had beef with Marky Moo, eh? And then, of course, we have one more thing. We have one more thing from B. What's B been working on? What they been working on? Let me just drop that into the B fan art folder. B is not dead. And all of a sudden, B is showing Mihai in the dark. What do you see when the dream dragon is in absolute darkness? Darkness as far as you look. Your deepest demons. Just putting pressure on you from every direction. And suddenly, oh, we see a figure. A figure that I'm not sure is loading correctly. we see Franche Lozette. Le Dream Dragon Français. He comes with Le Baguette, proceeding to bash you upside the head. Actually, no, because right now he's on strike because he had to work 2 extra minutes this week. Lol. IDK, if you were genuine, you would say, why is Snack mad at Marky Moo just for the bit, but there was one Snack... The answer to that, Tuxel, is yes. To both questions, yes. He had a baguette gun. If I make you choke on your salad, you're going to be sad. I will try to not make you choke on your salad.
Welcome, dreamer.
And welcome, the sleepy incubus. Make yourself comfortable. You are in the right place right now. Rest your head. Oui, je peux parler français. Un peu français. Little rusty, but can speak some of it. An exhausted egg, may you have a beautiful night. May you drift away, and may you be able to enter your mind palace, sink into the sensation of absolute peace as you see the most vibrant worlds open up in front of you, warping to your every desire, whichever way you turn. And so, may you be able to explore that world, like wandering through a field of your heart, your hopes, and your dreams. And when you are ready to return to the waking world, may you have the strength to take on a new day. So until you return to this world, good night. You got to meet Elsie Senpai. Ooh, Elsie Lovelock is an absolute professional for a voice actor. She is a lovely person, very friendly. No bullshit. She good people. But excited, gonna be programmer, gonna get better job. Nice. Watch out for those no reference exceptions. The nicest hug. Elsie is just lovely. I mean, she's a wonderful actress, wonderful singer. She just pleasant. The reason, oh, that's right. I'm sorry, Max. Squirrel brain right now. Squirrel, little explorer companion, because updating the Sona. Oh, I feel like we need an explorer. I'm almost tempted to say, not because I was squirrel brained, I'm tempted to say a squirrel companion, because I feel like someone who can help to find things on an adventure might make for an interesting dynamic. Or otherwise, another creature who is very good at locating things. So we could go with the squirrel, we could go with a sugar glider maybe. I feel like small, cute, fluffy animal. Like Monkey Joe or Tippy Toe. I'm not sure if I feel like I should know Monkey Joe or Tippy Toe. Her fiance's handler, so got to spend the con. Nice. That sounds like a good time. But the Vaquita, I'm not sure if I've heard of the Vaquita. I don't know yet. I gotta take a look. So who else do we have visiting us as we get settled in? Both Squirrel Girl. Ah, okay. Okay, Squirrel Girl. I feel like I should know. I should know this Squirrel Girl. Marvel. Okay, that's why. That's why. Okay. I'm not the most up-to-date on my superhero lore, so I apologize. Showcase. More content. I saw we got a little... I did see your little floof, which I was assuming probably cat and worm? Or do we have fox and worm? Because I'm not sure. We got like Warrior Cat's floofy cat, looks like. Gooner game. What? Although sadly, unfortunately, it's apparently a Gooner game that's got some slop in it. So... I don't know what it is. It seems like the Gooner game seemed to have the developers who... Okay, ZZ is a cat. Okay, was cat. I saw the floofiness. I went, the first look I thought probably cat, and this one kind of adds that warrior cats / Maine Coon kind of floofiness. So yes, cat. My long acrylics. Oh, I promise you, these claws are all natural, baby. I don't need to yassify these things anymore. Of course, just got to be very gentle because they can scratch quite easily. Waiting for transcripts to go through. Campus is lovely and you miss college vibes. Okay. Very interesting. Cyberpunk squirrel. Okay, Scratch. Consensually, of course. Make sure things are consensually. I'm not a golden hoe. I promise everything involves consent. Tu es américain, mais tu es de classe de français pour 3 ans. J'habite et tu habites en Union de France dans le Mars. Oh, where were you, in Brittany? Okay. Are they retractable? I mean, I can pull them in just a little bit. No, they're pretty much out for the most part. I gotta trim them down every now and then. I know some people have depicted me being able to retract them a little bit, but they're pretty much always there. Paint my claws any color. What would I want to do? If it were yesterday, I feel like I need to make an Arataki Ito joke and go, they'll be rainbow colored. Which could work today because happy June, everyone. What color would I actually? If I could yassify my claws any further, what would I? Just go close to a Roderbet Yado. Let's be real, latex beds are much more comfy anyway. What would I paint these guys? What would I paint them? Guys, chat, what color should I paint my claws? What color should I paint them? Because, I mean, I do like the dark slate color that they are naturally. I almost wonder something like a chrome. Imagine just a sharp, metallic brightness and sheen. Or, what would you think about like an amethyst color? Ooh, magenta. Actually, yeah, magenta, I like that. So all of a sudden, it's just like, I was trying to think of the closest thing to a magenta gem. I figure quartzes can probably be kind of a magenta. You could definitely get in there. I don't know if I would do purple, only because since, I've already got blue on my limbs, I'm not sure if purple would contrast, which I think that's why I like magenta a bit more, because magenta is a bit more of a popping color. I feel like purple would be a nice subtle color. Ruby. All of a sudden, we're just going through the list we got. Ruby would certainly be striking. Ruby for a very vampiric, bloody kind of look. Magenta if you want something eye-catching. So many options. Spinels can be quite magenta, as well as pyrope and some fluorides. Well, I will say I do like fluoride. Even, as you see, some of the memory gems that I have down there. Point. So, they're very similar to fluoride. Fluoride can take some fascinating colors. I know the artist I worked with on that depiction of those memory gems, he is not in here right now, Holy Platinum, but we were doing some looking into how different fluorides could look, and there's some gorgeous color palettes of the things. What about turquoise? I don't know if I would think, I'm not sure if I would like turquoise for that, just because I feel like turquoise would blend in a little too much, because mind you, my limbs are a lighter blue, and so I feel like turquoise would kind of blend in. Magenta is a color of, yeah. And that's the interesting thing. It's one of those interesting things is that in a light spectrum, hi Azrael, how you be tonight? Thank you very much, and ow. Blue limbs, what are you getting at, Mar? Do you want to see my blue feet? Is that what you want to see? Do you want to see the blue-footed booby that is Mihai Zetta Dream Dragon? Do you just want me to be walking around here like, the blue-footed booby?
Look at him walk. Yes, the booby. Oh, look at him right there. There he goes. There we go. All right, the booby walks. The booby walks. The blue-footed boobies. The dogs are not going away because they're not dogs. They're boobies. Blue-footed boobies. All the grippers you could want for free in esta economia. The blue-footed booby.
Bye, Lex. Oh, God, did I spook Lex off with that? Grippers for free in esta economia. I mean, I haven't actually, given I usually leave my boots on. You gotta be pretty familiar with sound to be walking. Well, I mean, I do like walking around barefoot. Very light step. Usually, if anything, you're more likely to hear the click of my nails than my actual footstep. But supposed to charge. Thank you, Shy. Thank you. You are helping me. You're helping to keep me on task. Like, yes. Well, pay the toll if you want to see the grippers. But yes, if what you're getting at is that, like my hands, my feet are also blue. Yes, they are. Or are you trying to suggest something else? What are you getting at, Mark? What are you getting at? Ruby for me to remember Lorelai, eh? I mean, Lorelai does have that beautiful ruby red. Or actually, Laura, would you say more ruby or garnet? Because I guess I feel garnet tends to be a little bit of a darker red sometimes. But then you can also have some orange garnets. Let's see. Suddenly sneak up, skittering noises. I have a very light walk. People have essentially said I float when I walk. Is it double like snacks? I mean, I do have 2 feet. I have 1 tail, and if there's anything else that is an appendage, I will spoil this much. I have 1. 1 is plenty, I promise you. Oh, that's my cue to stretch. Stretch my tail. All right. Bossy. Really trying to encourage me to be a brat tonight. Alright, well, it is good, of course, to loosen up. You know, just stretch, be limber, lean back, stretch all your muscles. Thank you for that. I should get y'all to start stretching with me too. Feel that sigh of rest and relaxation as you exhale. The biceps, the tail, the bazoomies, and the V-line. Don't know if I need any more. Yo. Decide that gravity is optional. So I don't fly, but I do have a very floating step. Can be a little bit off the ground if I want. A lot of cracks and pops. I am a hard-working Dirk. I got a lot of stuff I'm doing behind the scenes. I get a lot of visitors who find their way to this world, so I have many people to entertain. A great stretch. Y'all enjoy a sussy stretch, eh? Yes, get cozy. Make yourself comfortable. Oh, thank you, Yee. That's why I like to headpet Yee. So yes, that is the maths of Mihai Zetta. And there we go, we get the uppies. Let me get you in there, Starry Man Kitty. There we go. Around you go, stretching out your remote. Getting the 3-part Strawberry Mint Kitty emote. That's a dreadful accent transition. Oh, hi. My Scottish is a little shite right now. Round we go. Worm tries to attack but fail. Rolled a nat 1. Critical fail. Anyway, prepare your active perception checks. Yeet. Redesigning yourself now. Do you have long hair just gonna look like Mick? I mean, not the worst thing in the world. So I can't believe you're slapping a collar on me, Tuxel. Finally! Y'all just want to see me collared. I can't believe y'all. Am I just gonna have to wear a collar from now on permanently? Do you all just want to see your large, supposedly subby dragon just in a collar, kneeling in front of you? Mick is already a low-key something. Smiles big and wide. Leona bullying the worm. Just all of a sudden. Cats can be little terrors when it comes to things like that. In fact, I think I remember a story. I forget. It might have been a roach that a cat found. A cat just sees a roach. You know, the cat's toying with a roach, knocking it around. Just all of a sudden, push it around. Just kind of toy with it as a prey. And then the owner's like, "What are you doing? Why do you have that thing? And get rid of it." And the cat just smacks its paw down and flattens it. You're brave enough to admit it. Why would you say something so bold and yet so controversial? Why would you say something so brave yet so controversial? Uppies? Let's see, did I forget any uppies? Mint Kitty, Strawberry Mint Kitty got that, and then we got Shy. Where are you, Shy? Shy. There we go. Chai doesn't hunt at all, zero survival instinct, stares at a mouse like it had tentacles. I mean, you know, some... I was about to make a very terrible joke about how some might interpret tentacles otherwise. Is it controversial if everyone agrees? I can't believe you all. I can't believe you've done this. My own chat. Just throwing me into a corner like that. You have Fight the Redeem the app you can't redeem? Some of them I do have offer right now. Sometimes, like, chill things out. Also, Alice, I realize you're carrying a worm. Suddenly, everyone has a worm. Yeet. If you try singing, he will stop everything and just, ooh, at you. Cat is a captive audience. Just all of a sudden, what could we sing? Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again because a vision softly creeping. So on and so forth. Helena from MCR. Oh. Long ago, just like the hearse, you died to get in again. We are so far from you. Blast that out later. Just a little taste, a little treat, tiny treat. Gotta warm up to get those Gerard Way notes. What is the worst thing I can say? Things are better off if I say so long and good night. So long and good night. Blue Rose dropping more art crimes. Can you be wholesome for a minute? By all means. Wholesome is always welcome. Y'all know in case we ever get sussy at any point. You can definitely get wholesome and cozy. There's a reason why we'll always say the vibe is cozy chaos. So feel free to be wholesome. I will never shame anyone for being wholesome. Heck, this is a place of healing. You know your cat companion Nova is a sweetie, but a little mischievous. I mean, cat. That goes without saying. Any cat that is not mischievous comes with dog hardware. And even then, you can have a mischievous pup who just gets up to trouble. Wholesome and wholesome. Oh my god. Well, if we're talking that kind of wholesome again, we do need to be Oh no, the puppy boy getting at it right now. If we're talking that kind of wholesome, that is exclusive to other streams. I gotta follow terms and service. I'm not gonna be parading a gimp on stream. And hello, Iona. Welcome in. Make yourself comfortable. We're just wandering, chatting, having fun, relaxing, maxing all cool. Maybe even shooting some b-ball outside of the school. It's funny, it seems you all feel that I'd be a good body warmer. My touch is quite cold. Breath, cold. Touch, cold. I can make a little heat if you want to. But I'll say, I'm the one you would cuddle with when you need to chill out. Door open, cries. Has food, cries. Let outside, cries. Cat just terrorizes you. Attention, attention, I'm unhappy. All of a sudden, meow, meow. I've taken 2 bites of food, my bowl is empty, meow. Burning sensation upon the skin. What's that I see on the other side? Some more Happy Junes? Subby puppy boy is all fun and games until you ask them to be more assertive. Well, that's why you gotta train them. Stay cold. So yes. You get a cooler to keep you chill. Unless you want me to warm up. And more tarot cards. Okay. Journey wore a cute kerchief that said fight like a kid. Nice. Yeah, he's a sweet fuzzy boy. I love when y'all are posting your pets, and it's just, oh, so many cute. You want to pet a pup, want to pet a pup, want to pet a pup, and sometimes pet the cat. Normally the cat doesn't like to be petted. But every now and then you get that one cat where they're just like, yes, I like the attention. Please, praise me. I love this. More human, more. Give me more attention, thank you. Cosmo, oh yes. For anyone who doesn't know, Bones Graveyard, she doesn't pop in too often. But that is her, I want to say, he's a Corgi Beagle, right? He thick. He a dog who is extra thick. Which I hope he's in good enough health. But Boyo is, he wide. He got some meat on him. Cute face, though. So, very sweet, low-slung dog. Your dog, Bella, would love the pats. Aww. She got the ears where all of a sudden you just scritch behind the ear and she just starts leaning into it. Suddenly her head is like an owl. It's twisted about 90 degrees to be able to lean into it. Doing well after a surgery? Good boy. I forget, how old is Cosmo? We have all the pets. So many cute pets. Also refresh the fan art folder. Added a few more. Added more. A few more. Added more. A few more. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Ah, there we go. We got, I think that's angels up front. Where is the birthday, Dirg one? Oh, birthday? From when y'all thought I had a birthday the other day? Actually, I think I have that in there. That should be in the rotation. Fan art folder's gotten pretty thick, so we got a lot to go through. Although, I might need to rearrange things at some point, because I know it does tend to repeat from time to time. Not that I mind, but you know, of course, want to show off everyone's work. Speaking of pets, what? What? Not me in my birthday suit. That is something that is, I don't think I can get away with on stream. I don't think, if any of y'all have seen the "How do you sleep" meme, let's just say that's an outfit that I cannot wear on stream. No, Eris, no, later. So I'm afraid I can't be showing y'all too much. I do have some rules I have to follow. Where are the pixels for that? Smiles big and wide. This is where all of a sudden I gotta tell anyone, now, make sure you tag anything appropriately in case you happen to drop anything on social medias. Smiles very big and wide. Now it's looping the same. You know, I don't think I'll change this up. I will change up the order that it plays things in. So, loop. Starting off the top. So we got, yeah, angel stuff at the front. I'll see if there's any plugins. Maybe something that randomizes a little bit better. Just because I know sometimes it does get a little... BT dubs, I've seen the memes. Have I seen the memes? I see the My Taipu. And I saw Angel drop in something, but I didn't see what that was yet. Something involving Patrick Life in the Philippines. Just pain in the summertime. That tropical climate just scorching y'all. Wanna see the blue light? Mar. Naughty. Don't. What are you talking about? You think something shines? You think something else is blue? I mean, I know the tip of my tail is blue. What are you implying? You implying there's something else that's blue? Blue is your favorite color, right? Weather is no joke. It's like Mother Nature had a period. Oh my God. Monsoon season. That is the most evocative way of describing monsoon season. Just Mother Nature. Oh, that's why. Okay, I know what's going on. Let me... There we go. Rotate everything. Monsoon season is like Mother Nature had a period. Just all of a sudden, just wet. Everything wet. Just as far as you can see, just torrential wetness. Try my fingers, eh? Well, I've got 10 of them. Some are getting more painful unless you live far north or way down south. And yet even, hi Aries, how you be tonight? Even up north, I knew someone in the waking world who was in Alaska and mentioned getting sunburnt, which, you know, is not too hard to do, but being in Alaska and Canada and talking about how it was scorching hot. I even think Jay was mentioning up in his part of Canada that all of a sudden it went from frigid to now pretty hot. Y'all just want to see me in a collar. Can't believe y'all. Can't believe y'all. Breakfast and dinner in the patio. Nice. Either you're sweating buckets or float at the flood. Pick your struggle. Lol. Yeah, monsoon season, you don't mess around, bat. You be anxious trying to chill. Take a breath. Relax. This is your place to escape. Let your anxiety drift away. Just feel it dissolve. Feel it turn into a kaleidoscope of sensation that you can just sweep away. Should I hydrate? I should hydrate. Speaking of monsoon season. Bat. Always stay hydrated. Little liquid courage and a little hydration. Good boy. Aha. Again, please. You can be a monsoon sometimes being help. What? Bat. Y'all are spicy tonight. What is that? June comes in and y'all are just up in the heat. Holy heckin' heck. You got the heat of a dance club right now. We go from May to June, and just everyone is spicing this up. Everything is after hours right now. Am I surprised? Not nuts. More amused. I mean, I know some of y'all are just cranking the thermostat up. You're just like, no, no, no. Heat, hot, fireness. Make the Derg man reveal what he sleeps in. Go all the way to number 10. Y'all really want that other stream. Can't believe y'all. What do you mean? You know I'm always teasing. Y'all really trying to bring out the brat in me. Just at the bar, you ain't doing nothing. Uh-huh. If it was the other side, you could make it work. Well, I have to put that to the test sometime. It's Juneleb. So, spicy but nothing but wholesome. The 1 month you get to exist. July 1st, you turn into... Oh my god. Mr. Stark, I don't feel so okay. Dissolves into dust. Isn't that what I like? I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean? Guess it's time to tame a brat. Is that a threat or an offer? I know I've also seen the meme that Eris had posted. It was about the My Type checklist, and I've been thinking about that because I feel like that can be a hard one to answer. That's one of those hard ones because it feels like there's so many it depends. Of course, wouldn't expect any less from us. Y'all really are trying to take this dream in a very spicy direction. I bring you calmness, I bring you sweetness, I bring you a little spice's aroma, and you bring fire. You bring caliente. Y'all want it hot and sweaty. Amazing. Amazing. And Alice, may have a beautiful night. May you have sweet dreams. And as you drift away into your mind palace, may you be at ease, and may you be able to settle into the soothing darkness of your mind. Rest well. Explore. Venture out. And until you return to this world, good night. Nothing but an angel. Can you bring cookie? Well, I won't say no to some sweets around here. Cookies, cake. Bring all sorts of tasty things. Even a little mazapan de Toledo. A bad dragon in this economy? Scandalous. Scandalous. Can't believe it. First, y'all, after my wardrobe, I've been off my game. After starting the stream with a few wardrobe malfunctions, all of a sudden you're like, no, bad dragon. We want the bad dragon. Come on, bad dragon. Don't hide anything. Whoa. And Azar, thank you very much. Holy heck, 103. Shout out to Azarel. Thank you. We are approaching the funny number. Could yeet 100 bits. Next thing chat's as red as a tomato. I know what you've got in store. Kimichoroine. Name the squirrel. I'm not sure if I have a name, though. Because I feel like names I have more trouble with. I know there was a time where someone wanted me to name their pets, and I thought, I feel like I want to get to know their personality before thinking up a name. Add a little sweet to the spice. Oh yes, definitely s'mores. Can have some s'mores there too, and some chocolat. Dream dragon, nightmare dragon. Well, the other type of dragon. As I said, just tag appropriately on social media. Tee.
Good boy.
Lavender honey cup. Ooh. Now there's a refreshing flavor. Lavender honey, and get some lemon, something lemon in there as well. Hey, yo, what? We starting another hype train, eh? We starting another hype train? I need to replace that emote, by the way. If y'all got the same one. Whoa. Oh my! 400 Thank you, Azrael. Thank you. I feel like this is the setup Yellow trying to get me to do something. Making fan edits, eh? Once upon a lifetime ago. For me, or are we talking for that voice actor I sound like? A lot of people tend to conflate us in the same person. Train, you love public transit. There's also that meme going around. So, someone goes, you might have... You know, I'm just pull up the meme. I'm gonna just pull up the meme, considering it got dropped. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Because you know what? Every good soul is valid in June. There we go. But so, someone brought up a little reminder. So always be human, because, you know, someone you know is gay. Someone you know is bi. Someone you know is trans. Someone you know writes NJ Transit. Boom. Maybe even someone you love. Oh my god. Kana, thank you. Oh my god. Ow. Thank you very much, by the way. Ow. Muchas arigato. But so yes, just love is love, even if you ride NJ Transit. There's actually a funny story behind the color scheme. So, little bit of design nerddom. NJ Transit's color scheme is what's known as the disco stripes. And orange, magenta, and blue, which is meant to represent the 3 times of day. Morning, or day, dusk, and night. So as you have that through the day, it's implied that the service runs good and it's reliable hours of the day. Debatable whether that's actually the case. Nusk? What are we talking about? What's a Nusk? What's a Nusk? But always love your neighbor, even if you find out they ride NJ Transit. Because they gotta put up with a lot of stuff, and they're probably a masochist from how much they have to pay for the stuff. Also, Peachy. Peachy just went, whoa! Oh my god, Azrael, thank you again. What is Nusk? What are we talking about, Nusk? Train also part of your OC's lore. Some extensive word building that'll never see the light of day. Now, I was gonna say, what kind of trains are we talking? And Lorelai, have a wonderful night. Have sweet dreams. May you be able to drift away into a peaceful, wonderful scape to explore in your mind. And as always, when you return to this world, you're always welcome. Good night. Did I say Nusk? What? Or did someone else say Nusk? Now I'm confused. What is Nusk? I was gonna say Goob. I recognize Nusk. I'm going. Did I miss a joke, or is it just because all of a sudden moment of aphasia where suddenly I'm just, oh, I just saw a puppy, adorable oh, more puppy, so many puppy, oh, the puppy. Y'all can get me just going like, oh, puppy, so cute. Oh, look at our little puppy. Look at the big puppy. Look at the old puppy. Dusk and night. Nusk. That's right. Every now and then, little slip of the words. Nusk. Day, night, Nusk. Maybe even a little musk. But that's usually a special request thing, because that can get a little nasty very quickly. When you saw a puppy at work and it looked like a Q-tip with legs, oh my god. I'm just a big puppy derg. Just a big scaly puppy. Just curling up in your lap. You're welcome. Your dad's computer is old, like 90s old. I can't believe you, Blue Rose. I can't believe you. Unbelievable. And then we have cat. We have gatitos. We have perritos and gatitos. Sure, I love being a laptop. I mean, I can shrimp up to fit in someone's lap. Might as well. HP laptop from 2018. So I will say, if you're ever looking at a potato of a computer, I'd say if you have an old computer, if it's before 2015, that's when you start getting into compatibility issues where it's so old, it's not really competitive and not able to be upgraded well. But 2015, especially like Intel computers, whenever you had what's known as the Skylake processors, that's when you started getting into normalized 4-core processors and things that really, most of the architecture is, while there's been a lot of advancements in efficiency and multi-thread processing, a lot of, if you have a Skylake, like an Intel 6000 series, the thing will probably be good until the computer itself dies. So there's kind of a funny thing is, it's not like the 90s, ancient times, where when things moved to 32-bit architecture, just any computer past a certain age did not have chips that could run it. Or even 32-bit to 64-bit, about 10, 12 years ago, where it's just, no, you've got computers so old, they cannot handle anything past a certain point. Now, there's been a plateau where there really has not been the kind of advances that there were 4 years. Told you're good at cuddles. Oh, that's a good skill to have. That is a good, very healing skill to have. Laptop does the thing in Twitch chat, type too fast, doubles what word? Oh, that is weird. Might even just need, the computer might even just need a refresh. That might have been something that had happened with it. Because sometimes an old computer has just had so many janky updates that something just breaks or gets weird. And it can be a fix. You just got to do some work to it. A lot of people bring the devices here, so I've gotten very good at fixing up tech. Question, light or dark? My answer would probably be dark, but I feel like we got a lot of bright and dark colors in many of your characters. So where do we want to go with that? Think. I feel like I'm tempted to say light, especially with a squirrel's color. But yeah, that's my thought. Figure out what's taking so much space on your laptop and there's little to nothing. Definitely check the folders. And there's some applications you can use where you can scan what kind of files are taking up stuff and use that to troubleshoot. Shining light that glitters in the darkness. Now, of course, that's my kind of speed. The light in the dark. So you always have that reminder. When the light is running low and the shadows start to grow and the places that you know seem like fantasy, there's a light inside your soul that's still shining in the cold with the truth, the promise in our hearts. Don't forget, I'm with you in the dark. I do love the image of a light guiding you in the dark, reminding you you're not alone, watching over, keeping you safe. Your dad was a computer science major. The days before the 90s where documents were on disks and computers took up whole rooms. Yup. The 1970s. Anytime, once upon a very long time ago, where you would, even before, you would have, I believe they were 8 or 9 inch floppy disks. Giant things that you just have these giant, almost record album size things at one point.
You remember Clippy? Oh, who doesn't love Clippy? Clippy, who's now become an icon of the movement for taking back your rights to repair your stuff and not get fucked by all the tech pros.
Oh, Clippy. Or the digital ping pong. Golly, gonna end up... Of course, there's a wake-up call all of a sudden.
Clippy performs ASMR. Clippy is your friend. Clippy is your light in the dark. Bat!
How's that for a wake-up call?
It looks like you're trying to write a letter. I can help you with that, Clippy. Stop. I think you need some help with that greeting.
Clippy, shut the fuck up. Oh, who the yuck is Clippy? So Clippy is a Microsoft Office assistant. I forget the exact year. I want to say it was Office 2000 when they came up with them. Why do I sound like Kinger? Well, I suppose we could always settle into Kinger's cadence, because what we want to do right now is try to come up with a convincing performance as we're going through in a different circus. Oh, it's funny. This is definitely an Unk test that I'm familiar with Clippy. I remember Clippy. But Clippy, again, I think it was Office 2000, where Microsoft came up with them as a digital assistant, where if the program suspected you were trying to work on if you were trying to write something, usually in Microsoft Word, that's where you'd normally see Clippy, but where this little assistant would pop up and come up with things like, it looks like you're trying to write a letter, and it would have all these little tips teaching you how to format it and learn how to use Microsoft Word. So write a letter, write a greeting, whatever it might be. And it was designed to be a cute little helper to help people with clicking through to get whatever assistance they needed. But the way Clippy was designed, and there was a whole bunch of assistants, but Clippy was the one that everyone knew because he was the default assistant. It became a running joke that Clippy drove everyone nuts because he would come in and try to force his way, typical Microsoft. They're not very good with consent. This is like a corporate problem of Microsoft that I could make very dark statements about, but let's just say Bill Gates' company, I'm gonna stop there. Not really Grammarly. So Clippy didn't really handle autocorrect. Well, actually, I gotta double check. I think Clippy did handle autocorrect from what I remember. But more... Yeah, I think Grammarly is a good contemporary comparison. There were even some jokes, like for any of y'all who know Flash cartoons, Newgrounds, things like that. There was a whole series that Microsoft actually... They razzed on how annoying people found Clippy, and this entire campaign to dump Clippy. Streamline things. Can you free... Oh no. More worm. Uh-oh. I was gonna say, for a moment, I saw the transformations. I wasn't sure if they were pipe foxes or worm. But so then we have more chaos. Pipe fox and worm. Just squirmy. One a little bit easier to tame than the others. The pipe foxes, they can get into all sorts of chaos. But yeah, so Clippy, I want to say it was around maybe 2007 where they finally decided to get rid of Clippy. But that's the story of Clippy. And there's a whole bunch of interesting things for ancient computers. Ancient in big quotation fingers. I remember a time seeing technology where you had monochrome screens, green and black. And you'd have a GUI where you would set up your most used programs. You would insert a floppy disk. And you would use that as a front over DOS to run whatever programs you were most likely to run. Just programs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and so here's kind of a thing, is you have tools like Grammarly, which are supposed to help people who run into issues with writing. In many cases, it's just easier to learn the grammar. And I know writing is hard. Writing takes a lot of thought, and I respect the people who actively enjoy writing because there's an art to making something sound natural, to sound fluid, and to really tap into something, whether it's professional or whether creative, that you don't want to make things that sound awkward. Bad. MP3 players are the most ridiculous design. I love. Now there's a Y2K memory. Back in the early days, you had the iPod. When you had people start moving from CDs to MP3 players and other digital media players, you had the iPod, and then you had your random assortment of every shape and size and bubbly buttons and soft plastic, all these different MP3 players, everyone trying to come up with their own kind of vibe. Y8 games used to be a thing. I feel like I gotta look up at Y8. Not sure if I know that. But yeah, MP3 players, once upon a very long time ago, and the things might have like 500 megabytes that you could put your MP3s on. There was a time where people would calculate, this can hold 500 songs. It can hold 3,000 documents, 300 megabytes. It was a very different time, earlier eras of computing. In the zone, it's easy. When you're not, writing's very hard. Yeah. Like, I know there's some scripts I'd been wanting to... I'd love to start working on some creative scenarios. Roleplay ASMR absolutely is something I love to do. And probably partner with a writer for that, because someone who's got a good voice... Oh, hi, Parker. There you are. I was wondering where you went earlier. Like, I don't see your hat. B stole your hat. You back. Try playing jazz punk. I did actually. I think I liked jazz punk. I was pretty sure. I think I played a little bit of jazz punk. Gives me a list on RP ASMR. Funny AF. I know. Y'all are twins. You stole each other's hats. It's in the cards. That's one of those plans that I've had for a while. I tried not to talk too much about it because I don't want to be promising and be like, it's coming soon. But it is definitely in the mix. Before I get too sidetracked, Naya-chan, have a beautiful night. May you have sweet dreams. And as you drift away into your mind palace, may you be at ease. May you be able to settle into the most wonderful visions you can imagine. And as you drift away into the abyss of your mind, may you smile and be at peace. And until you return to this world, good night. So that is definitely something I love to do. Of course, making sure someone is properly hired, compensated, whatnot, and all that stuff. Mention you, I think I think I mentioned you when you stepped away, because all of a sudden I'm like, wait, where'd Parker go? Just talking about writing, but about people and the art of writing. But, ooh, this is a prompt. You have boyfriend plays games while you sleep on his lap. Could you dream dragon comforts you at the bar after a long, hard day? BT dubs, you have gyoza. Delicious. A professional indeed. Golly, it's almost like you write for a whole bunch of different things. I don't know why I know that. Me learning about everyone's backgrounds bit my bit. Squirrel's gonna be a night... Ooh. Luma squirrel. I kind of like that idea. Give a list. I might hit you up for that. If that's something, of course, making sure things are with proper credit, attribution, all that fun stuff. And Mar, may you have a beautiful night. May you have sweet dreams. And as you drift down into your mind, may you be at ease. May you be able to rest. And may you have the softest visions, like clouds to rest your head. Honk honk. And so, may you have a wonderful journey back to the waking world. Hypnotizing, eh? Now there's another thing. A little guided hypnosis, eh? But may you have beautiful dreams. And until you return to this world, good night. Eat. And Parker. Up ye go. Don't forget to hydrate. That sounds like a plan. Always make sure to hydrate. Hydrate or oofdrate in Minecraft. Yes.
Good boy.
Thank you, fam. After slapping a collar on me. Y'all double teaming me. I can't believe you. Can't believe you. And question, what's going to be in June? June! June is June. Happy June, everyone. Yeet. Undertale tomorrow. I wish. Sadly, we can't do the same meme as last year because every time... man, it breaks my heart. Come on, Toby Fox, Tricky Tony, give us Undertale. No, Deltarune, rather. I did that every time. Deltarune tomorrow. Give us all the Deltarune. We want the Deltarune. Please. More Deltarune. We want to see Susie. Well, of course, the sad thing is Chapter 5 is probably going to have a lot of emotional torment for Susie. Dang it, Ron Paul, 2x2 news. Ooh, please, I'm suffering ultimate despair. Pipe Fox and Batcat. Bat, speaking of which. Pending Sona lore, gonna explore sometimes at night, so Squirrel is mostly a night light. I see, I see. How interesting. I wouldn't have thought of a squirrel with nightlight as a nightlight. That almost got me thinking how maybe this is a little bit cliche, but thinking of a lightning bug. Showcase. Oh, I saw. I'm looking at ZZ with Worm and then Pipe Fox. Pipe Fox is always cute. We love Pipe Fox. I'm gonna have to update that. You drop so much hard. I feel like it's always a struggle to keep up with everything. Kazuichi, 2 times survivor, trust. Your dearest boy failure will continue to fail upwards. Oh yeah. Kazuichi Solda. In another time, he would be a VTuber. He is a perfect boy failure for a VTuber. He is such a hot mess. Designing a mask. I see. Okay. Okay. He's your hot mess. Fan, you always find that character who just hits you from a game, you're like, this is my Blorbo. I will protect them. And if they ever get oofed in Minecraft or outside Minecraft, I will end everyone in this room and then myself in Minecraft. And it's interesting seeing who end up being some of the fan favorites of a series like Danganronpa. He's certainly a very colorful character, in more ways than one. Pink hair. He got that shark teeth. Been obsessing over him for like 10 years now after finding the games. Because I knew I've certainly had my favorites with games over the years. That one comfort character you just go, this is my favorite. And I'm trying to think how best to describe it. They just click with you. I know, I think I might actually take a little bit of a break. Good chance to top off drinks. Good chance in case any of y'all need to take a little pee-pee break. That sound like a plan? I think be back at about... What do we want to do? How about 15 after the hour? And yeah, let's see that color palette. Let's see what you got in mind. Favorite characters are Nagito and Kokichi. I forget. Oh, Komaeda. Oh, no. Nagito Komaeda. I swear on my life. Bro, you're suicidal. Swear on something else. And Tsumugi is you for real, for real. Nice. But yeah, let's take about 5. And so go get yourself a drink. Showcase? OC shouldn't be afraid, or ZZ pipe fox, but they're not of their worm. Fox worms. Okay, so that's why they're fluffy like that. God, she really is a little terror, just picking on the worms. Scandalous. Should get into Dang It Ron Paul, eh? Suddenly spreading the gospel of Dang It Ron Paul. You just all of a sudden hear the theme. Da 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 da. Monokuma's cruelest punishment. It's all fiction by the daily, I see. Unsure your plate is filled with other fandoms. There's always room for another fandom. You can never go wrong with another fandom. Treat yourself. Treat yourself. Have one more. Uno mas. Go take a shower. Yeah, feel gross. So let's go refresh for a bit. Since I've been yapping a little bit extra. 17 after. Cool? All right. Hang tight, y'all. I will see you all soon. BRB. Hello, dreamers. Did you have a good break? Did you hydrate? I don't want to hear of any of y'all dehydrating. So where were we? Something something fandom, something something dang it Ron Paul, something something palettes. Which I do like those palettes. That is a very nice palette for the dark version, Max. I'm digging that. Light as well. Definitely getting some softer colors in there in the lights. I see those goobs moving. I see those goobs grooving. Goob, 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 goob. Shake your ass. Watch yourself. Shake your ass. Give it all you got. Shake your ass. Watch yourself. No, speaking of Y2K throwbacks. Throw it back now. Lol. We got a J, we got a me, we got a blue rose, a new fresh goob off the line, and a floral. Since I'll say that voice actor I sound like, yes, there were a few months where he had a very much needed break last year. And then he tried to move on. He visited this place many times, trying to get the help that he needed. I hope that he can heal from what he went through. It was a lot. It's not my story to tell. But. And Azrael, may you have a beautiful night. May you have sweet dreams. And as you drift away into the peaceful abyss of your mind, may it open up to the most beautiful visions you can imagine. Everything before you for you to reach out and touch. May you be able to wander, to explore. And when you see that soft light lighting the way back to the waking world, may it beckon you to return for a new day. And so, until you return to this place, be well and good night. He's doing what he can. He is an introvert, and there are many things that he cannot tell for many reasons. But he's doing what he can. I don't want to tell his story too much because it would certainly be breaching some boundaries. But he went through a lot. And I hope no one else has to go through what he did. There's some truly hurtful people out in this world. Some who unfortunately might never face justice. But he lives on as best as he can. Remember when recreationally fishing that after you're done with a fish, always throw it back unless it's invasive, that is. I guess here's the thing. If you catch a fish that's invasive, I feel like we've got a problem already. Because why is an invasive fish suddenly there? Oh my. What is that, a Philza emote? Oh my. Of course, I don't want to sound like I'm white knighting for someone. I just know his story. He's someone who wanted to share a lot of love, a lot of passion. Put his heart in everything he did. Even put his heart into caring about someone else. It's taken a lot for him to heal from that betrayal. The color palettes, I did. So you might have stepped away, Max, but short answer is I like them. They're interesting. They're very colorful. I like the night palette in particular. I'll say it's interesting because I feel like I want to see something that's got a fur tone to it for the squirrel, which we definitely have in the light palette. So I don't know if we've got one to add in the night palette. Or if the plan is for everything, for everything to go colorful at night. Easy, many waterways sadly quite affected by invasive. Fair enough. I was thinking about that going, is there a story of someone dropping in an invasive species? Because there's actually a funny story that I know of from the waking world. So, Philadelphia, city of brotherly fuck yous. There's the Philadelphia Naval Yard, or Philadelphia Navy Yard. And so, old complex used to be owned by the Navy, where they manufactured ships for years. And in the last, 30, 40 years or so, you've still got the government, which has a presence there. But a lot of it, because it's not the shipbuilding hub that it used to be, has been turned into a really interesting redevelopment kind of place. So Urban Outfitters took over one of the I don't want to say warehouses, one of the factories, turned it into their new headquarters. And there's some derelict properties there still. So there's this one building that's got a flooded basement, completely flooded. And it just sits there to rot. But all of a sudden, someone goes over to this building one day. They peek down. Mind you, you have outdoor access that can go down to this basement, so you can actually see the water flooding this basement. And they look down. They look closely. And they see koi. And it's like, bruh, why are there koi fish in this building? Where the heck do these koi fish come from? And so then it becomes a thing, because people are talking. There's koi fish in this building. What? Well, I mean, koi fish aren't native to Philadelphia. Where's there a bunch of koi fish? And it becomes this urban legend of the koi fish in the Philadelphia Navy Yard. And the secret is that some dude just kind of, just dropped a few koi fish in there one day. And someone who happened to know him tells the story too. And it's this secret that only people who knew the dude who first did it know who actually introduced the koi fish to the Philly Navy Yard. But it's this site that just, as you're walking by, you see the building, you just look down, and then just suddenly this big, you just see this koi pond, just all these koi. So, yeah. The koi fish of the Philly Navy Yard. One of those urban legends where it's just like, how the heck did these things get here? And it's just a novel thing if you ever find yourself in that place. And it's actually a really cool site. Look it up. Look up the Philly Navy Yard koi fish. And it's also a cool thing for anyone who's into like urban decay or any kind of urban exploration. Now, of course, I wouldn't advise going into any building like this. Don't do that. That asking for problems. But just seeing nature, reclaiming things, and fish just existing, vibing, everything's Gucci. Flooded building. No one's gonna be using it anytime soon. Probably will never get repurposed. But there you go, koi fish. Technically into creepy urban legends, eh? Technically, eh? Porque technically. I mean, who doesn't love a good urban legend? I know we got some SCP fans in here, most certainly. Anytime I mention Plague Doctor, suddenly everyone's ears perk up like, where? Plague Doctor, mine. Who doesn't love a good urban legend? A good story for the night. And if it's not that, then we can have a little welcome to Night Vale, as narrated by Cecil Gershwin Palmer, or even Aaron Mankey's lore for some of you who like more historic legends. It's fascinating stuff. the kind of tales that get woven into history. Urban legends, La Llorona. Oh yes, bringing in a little bit of that. What was I trying to say? La Llorona, bringing in her from Mexican folklore. It's so cool hearing the different stories, even just different vampire legends, and how those all end up coming into being, and how you have your quote-unquote classic vampires, your Bram Stokers, and like every culture in one form or another has vampires, which is the whirling wumpus of the Timberwoods. I feel like I've heard of it. I might be having a Mandela effect, but I think I have heard of it. Thinking about us talking about writing earlier, and how grammar can be a bitch to get right. Grammar, syntax. There's ways to learn writing, and also English is just a mess of a language. English is probably, of the Western languages, one of the hardest to learn because it's such a chaotic, mismatched mess, and phonetically, English is a clusterfuck. There is no nice way to describe English aside from an inconsistent, exception-ridden mess. Amalgamate language. Gator-sized snapping turtle. I mean, some people might see that and... I'm sorry, I was about to be a little bit cheeky going. Suddenly people see a large turtle. Anthropomorphic. Don't want to be weird about anything. And they're like, hello there, big guy, so on and so forth. And or big mama, depending on whatever variety of turtle you might want. Whether it happens to be, Anyway, onward and upward. ASL was OG French. Really? I guess... I wonder if there's anything with ASL originally coming from French that... I was going to say, because I believe Braille, French origin as well. So interesting if your language accessibility movements both originated from French. Nimonai. Ayo? I don't know if I'd know that one. Interesting, very interesting. Because French, for being its own complicated mess of a language, mostly just because so much in French is silent. Because over the years, just a lot of French letters just get omitted. There was a point at which you would say all the consonants in the word, but just, it's French. We do not care to practice in this language. You see, I will only put this effort in after I have had my morning coffee, and only until 5 p.m., at which point my day is done. Oh, actually, So, Max, I like that night palette. I feel like maybe with one bright color for the light. But I like that night palette. That feels... Maybe if you add one more color to that night palette, that light aqua blue from the first night palette, add that in, and I think you got a winner for that dark one. Yeah. So that's kind of, and English and French, culturally they're like the two cultures that, they're the siblings who are always fighting with each other, and they both hate each other because they're both so similar. They do the same crap, they've got the same issues in one form or another. One of our friends tried to see if the urban legend of Herobrine is true, but hasn't had any luck, is known to seek the truth, hidden secrets of certain urban legends. Ah, yes, Herobrine. Oh, Herobrine. Now there's a legend for the decades. Yeah, English, French, got more gyoza. Over here sitting in Spanish. Now, Spanish on the flip side, it's got their for every romantic language has some quirks, but Spanish is probably the most accessible of the bunch, because if for no other reason, the phonetics of Spanish are simple and consistent. A, I, U, E, O, and you get a we sound for those few random parts where you have an umlaut on a U. Your UEs, but Spanish is phonetically one of the simplest languages, and even if you're looking at Latin, any one of the Latin American variants, I know there's some jokes about Chileno, or correct me if I'm wrong, if it's Chileno or Chileno. I forget if they do have an ñ on the end there. Or if you have Castilian Spanish where you toss in the distinción, where their C's and Z's are phonetically different from S's. That in most of your Latin American variants, CZS, all same. But there, you don't drink a taza de café con leche, you drink a taza de café con leche. Or their terminal D, where people will go to Madrid. Very lispy to the ear. It's an interesting thing to hear some of the differences. You get some different verbs and things like that. British and French. So anyway, happy June, y'all. Here's your toxic Yowie. The British and French were enemies with benefits who accidentally had some babies, and that's America and Canada. Then Spain is the uncle who says the really outlandish stuff at Thanksgiving. Why would you say something so controversial yet so brave? Have we just recreated Italia with actual world history right here? Oh my god. Are we children of the... Well, I was going to say, if you're looking at any of the countries that were historic colonies, then you're getting into, dysfunctional families. All dysfunctional families coming from ties to Western Europe. Oh dear. It's a sort of thing that, yes, the parts of the history you should not laugh about, but on the surface, the mental picture that paints. Even just let's look at Texas. The Republic of Texas. 6 flags over Texas. You get Spain, you get Mexico, you get England. Oh, actually, I forget the 6 flags over Texas. I gotta remember that off the top of my head. I'm sorry. Texas will never forgive me. I remember the Alamo, though. But you got French over there for it being part of New France for a period of time. Right there, I'm going, golly, what an absolute chaotic mess of a family. History of modern-day North America, yes. Central and South, that's definitely where you're looking at, is Spain. And toss in some Portugal while you're at it. It's Spain, Portugal, and then also getting your local cultures. Where there's kind of an interesting thing, is when you get to explore things like what happened to be folklore in, say, Aztec populations. I know Mar's called in tonight, but I know Mar, he draws some inspiration from some Aztec influences for some of his things. Mexico, God, Mexico's a complicated one, because I feel like Mexico, probably the tie is Spain. And there's the asterisk. Like, I know North America, you're going all the way down to, I forget if it's Colombia. We'll double check. I'm pretty sure it's Colombia, which is where you touch South America. Just make sure I got that right, so that I'm not saying stupid things. I don't want to be the Google AI assistant, because then I'd be a scrub. Okay, that is right. It is Colombia. So Colombia, Panama and Colombia, which are the two differentiators between North America and South America. But feeling like Spain from Mexico on down, North America and South America, that's where you're getting your primarily Spanish influences. For Natlan? Correct me, I apologize, Literally just describe the dynamics they had in Country Humans. Man, I did not think for Nutland they deserve more melanin. What did I I'm okay. This is a Genshin thing, isn't it? I just realized we're talking Genshin, aren't we? Because I know all the critiques in Genshin where they're like, okay, fine, you've created all these Twinkie men, you've created all these waifus, can we get some diversity in the characters? Can we get some characters who are ripped and or buff until you finally get to Varka, where they finally put some meat on a male character? And then I think Natlan, where everyone, they're like, come on, more melanin, come on. Let them have the buff so they can be in the sun for more than 5 minutes, not have everyone lily white. Pyro Nation, okay. Like 5 characters who win, and that is a thing that is I don't know if it's the character designers or the higher ups, but where the fandom goes, come on, give us a little more depth, give us a little more diversity. Everyone looks like an anime character. We get it. Everyone's got complicated designs. Let them have some diversity of body types, of skin types. Get creative with it. I think even from a character design perspective, just to have so much depth to that and explore it, especially when you're looking at a world that has some parallels that, depending on your climate, naturally you're going to have different features that end up becoming most common. Very big asterisk on most common, because even looking at something like Disney's Encanto, where there was controversy over characters like Peppa and how she had red hair, and go, yeah, this is perfectly normal. Just diversity of skin and hair types. Researching and representing every other vector. Yeah, and it's kind of interesting with fantasy world stuff like that. And I do see that question over there. So yes, I do still play Minecraft. It's been a while since I had last done an SMP. But yes, that'll always be a dear game to my heart. There will always be new adventures. In fact, there's even been a new SMP that started up that I looked at joining. And probably one later in the summer to have some fun with. So we'll see where that goes. Smiles big and wide. Possibly, if I'm able to hop in. Been meaning to spin up a new server too. I play a little Minecraft. I know that voice actor I sound like, he also plays some Minecraft. He still enjoys Minecraft. Oh boy. But yeah, that's kind of a thing for Bat. Minecraft? What? You play Minecraft? What's your favorite block in Minecraft? Everyone, go. What's your favorite block in Minecraft? Tell me now. Tell me. This is like your pass. I need to know your favorite block in Minecraft. Bamboo block. Checks out. Parker on the ball with bamboo block. Yeah, that checks out. Cherrywood, nice. Good choice. Cherrywood. I will say Cherrywood is a very nice obsidian. Oh, we got a badass over here. We got some obsidian. Magenta wood. Wait, magenta wood? Is there magenta wood? Is that a mod? I don't feel like I remember magenta wood in base game. Mangrove, like in the redwood. You wish you can make Minecraft. Obsidian, diamond, and glowstone. That's your favorite block. Mangrove planks. A lot of y'all like that mangrove red. Okay. Noted. I know I was showing off something I built in a wool. Just big, soft, floofy wood. House of that gorgeous cherry pink goodness. Man, they really hit a slam dunk when they added cherry wood. I think from the Shep, and then some nether planks. Hey, yo? Spend time looking for all of them, not the hella pale Genshin characters, Kaya, Sino, Shinyan, Yasan. Uh-huh. Yep. I was gonna say, I feel like Kaya is at the top in terms of that melanin buff. Being one of the early ones. It's nice that they're getting some diversity in there. I want to say, I feel I haven't played any of the MiHoYo games just because I'm not a fan of I'm not a fan of gachas, but I do like the character designs of some of them. Good night, Parker. Be well, rest well, may your week be easy. And I'll see you soon. Designs seem like they were made with darker skin in mind too, because a lot of Nadlan characters have details on their skin. And it really is an interesting question, because I don't know if that was either like a failure of implementation, or if that might even be like, dare I say, a bias of the design team, because let's be real, in Chinese culture, it's considered fashionable to be as fair as possible. That's a historic thing with cultural preferences. Very general statements, so of course, don't take anything as gospel. But kept playing the game if it weren't for Kaya. All of a sudden, get the Kaya likers together. Because I feel like they got some more... I can't say too much about Honkai, but I feel like they got some more character diversity in Zenless Zone Zero, at least. At least from what I'm seeing. Certainly in body types. Something Monato walks in, everything jiggling. Everyone just sees Monato, giant dog man. And is just like, my puppy. My puppy, want to pet the puppy, want to pet the big scary puppy. They just don't disclose what they want to pet. In the mood of maybe matching names to your Sona squirrel name is gonna be Vex. Oh, or Mochi if it's a girl squirrel. Dropped a small list in showcase, eh? Let's see. Ooh. Oh, okay. Oh. Thank you actually for these. That looks like... Okay. Florist. You know, florist is such an interesting trope. I forget what manga it was, but there was a manga years ago, back in the 90s. Oh, Eris, you probably know this one, but it was a manga where all the main characters were they were all bishonen. And they were all florists. What was that? That? I can't remember it for the life of me. It was a well-known one. Let's see. Screwed over Dea. Higher ups intervening, trying to get the character shell in China because I don't think darker yeah. That checks out. There's a whole thing with trying to plan for a certain market, and if even there's a lot of micromanaging with bad higher ups, and I've heard even some stories leaked by voice actors that you get some people where they will agonize over things like needing to have a character look a certain way for a certain market, or even some people who are as pathetic as you need to have certain colors on a YouTube thumbnail. And if any other colors, certain colors are just, no one will click on it. We've done tests once, and so therefore they'll never actually try it. And can lead to some absolutely insane and myopic calls, where they will only push one thing. And even when the audience is fatigued, they'll still just do the same thing because, you know, their test once said it was right, so obviously they can never be wrong. Oh dear, interference from higher-ups in entertainment? Sure, that never happens. But, yeah, I don't like those ideas. Heck, what was that? I don't think it was Sayuki. Complaints about your game you're in a toxic marriage with, suppress your brain worms and move on. I mean, of course, you can certainly enjoy all of your favorites in the gacha games. Because there are... If for no other reason, the character designs are fun. And even if an official design is meh, then chances are you've got the fandom to spice it up a little bit. even it's interesting with Roblox having become popular and kind of getting a peek into what a certain audience likes, because when you have the world as your oyster to style up your avatar, you pick whatever you want, and seeing things where suddenly some people are just totally into Kingdom Hearts stylization and just belts and zippers to the nines, furry trim collars, add in the wings, baggy clothes here, skin tight clothes here. Everyone just decking himself up. Thank you. Everyone decking himself up to be like a VTuber. Whoop. What happened? What happened? There we are. I'm back. Sorry for a sec. What's the creepiest game ever? Rude. All right, I'll be your good Dirk, Aries. I mean, Mermay is over, but I'm happy to be your good Dirk. Creepiest game I've ever played. I think the creepiest... Don't fret. Definitely weirded me out for its concept, the implied body horror, and the execution of trying to stay alive, at least in chapter 1 of where this thing goes. And while it is a mascot horror, it is definitely one that leans dark. So I feel like that's probably the one. I tend to play more mascot horror than I do anything that is true horror. But that's one that I think really leaned in well. I'm curious to see where Indigo Park goes. I think that is more still mascot horror versus anything dark. OCs aren't for a specific media, typical in the punk, dark, academia, gothic spectrum. Nice. Nice. It's also just nice because some media you don't see characters like that represented. That it's nice seeing this renaissance of emo scene, alt-rock. That era where you had such bold colors and character designs and shapes and even a lot of stylization that went very monochrome, a lot of black. Just interesting silhouettes and stylization. Which, yeah, one with... Exactly, Tuxel. Yeah, one where your main character is a guitar kid. A kid turned into a guitar. Yeah, I mean, Vex... I feel like there's something I want to suggest to tweak from Vex, but I think Vex is a good name. We got something to work with Vex. I think my only issue with Vex is because of the verb to vex, which can have a negative connotation. Unless you're also suggesting that Vex is a trickster, which I think could work with that. Adore a mix of cosmic horror, existential horror, and body horror. Love Junji Ito. Ooh, yeah, you like the weird body horror. Junji Ito is an interesting one, because everything of Junji Ito, he taps into very mundane things that are just gross and weird enough to make you uncomfortable. And yet it's also interesting because he's like the most bubbly, sweet, and pleasant guy outside of his work. So there's this comical dichotomy of the most... You have your dark, brooding, punky... You have your dark, brooding, punky creator who will create the most bubblegum pop work. And then you have Junji Ito, where he's just like the most unassuming, pleasant individual, and he's creating body and psychological horror that just weirds everyone out. Cosmic horror, because I'll say one series that I did enjoy that leaned into some body horror for the sound design, Archive 81. Specifically, Archive 81, the radio play. So the original one, as it was produced by Dan Powell and Mark Solinger. Ooh, I see more prompts. Thank you, Blue Rose. And I know I will talk if there's anything that ever does come from using those, because I want to make sure proper attribution and things like that. I don't want to be asking someone to brainstorm for free. There's someone I knew who did that in the past. Well, someone who actually tried to get free artwork from people. Piece of shit, absolute predator. But I won't talk about that person beyond that. Returned from a shower and making some ramen before bed. Ooh. Fun fact about squirrels. Group of squirrels is called a scurry because most squirrels are solitary and highly territorial. Spotting a full group is quite rare when referred to mother and her dependent babies. Audrey. I feel like also I'd be curious about giving working name Vex. Liking to hoard nuts feels very on the nose. But I feel like squirreling away something is kind of a novel little thing. Tossing things in her bag? I think you said Vex was gonna be a girl, right? Correct me if I did misremember that. A butter soda, which is just butterscotch. Interesting. Is that the #1 rated Big Shot 1997? Guys, did you know I am bald? Yes, no? He returns, everyone. Well, just know this. For the ethics of anything, specifically anything if it ever is intended to generate revenue, I'm gonna say, okay, little soapbox, as someone who has worked with many individuals from the creative business that have visited this world. Even if you are happy to work for free, either work out terms of usage or work out a rate, because you can have creative collaborations with friends that you work with, and even, not going to call out any names, you know who you are. There are some people who we might do some fun, creative things and kind of trade little things back and forth. Someone who needs voiceover, someone provides art, each other's individual projects. There's a lot of fun you can have creating together. For anything that becomes monetized or used in some other sense, work out your usage and your rate. Because there is a line where you go from creating for fun to business. And so if someone is using something, make sure you set the value that you put into it. Vex is gonna be a boy. Okay, thank you. I forgot if you mentioned do or sister would be Mochi. Okay. For some reason, I don't know why I was thinking of this. I was almost thinking the name... I got Sonic brain for a moment, but I was thinking of the name Vexio. For some reason, my mind mashed up Vector and Espio. And I thought, I wonder. Especially, adding an O at the name. Oh, we might have something there. Which I think it also pulls the connotation away from to Vex. Because I think you can definitely do it, but I think it's a little bit of a challenge if you're essentially naming your character someone who's going to be a little pain in the ass. So I think that might maybe pivot, maybe use that as his full name and then get short to Vex. Okay. It's so interesting now I'm thinking about what caused many mascots to end up with the names that they did. Sonic is pretty obvious. Mario from Jumpman. You have, a lot of the Sony and or the mid-90s mascots where you get Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, Gex the Gecko. Spampton G. Spampton returning. It's Spring Newsletter. To me, that is breaking news to you! To which 180 degrees Who announces to who! So I was thinking naming it like this. that's the idea that I had. Getting late for you. I think we'll go for probably about another 20 minutes. Then figure out a friend where I can send y'all for diving deeper into a dream. That's what I'm thinking, at least for names. And Aries, may you have a beautiful night. May you have sweet dreams. And as you drift away into your mind palace, may you be able to rest. May you be at ease. And may you see the most beautiful visions unfold before you for you to explore. So, until you return to this place, good night. Top 5 spam tongue quotes. Great spam ton. Great spam ton. Fair. I know we are hitting the late night hours, so of course, drift away as you need. I'll be bringing the vibe down just for us to settle in, to sleep, perchance to dream. Probably have a few more late streams this week. I know I'll be doing actually a little something different. Tomorrow night, we will be joining Magnus Moth, who is having a birthday celebration. And from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Pacific, U.S. times, we'll be doing some Sonic Crossworlds over on Magnus Moth's stream. I think. Let me double check Magnus Moth's name. I should be able to get that. But doing this whole massive collab. There we go. So in case any of y'all are looking, I'll try to drop schedules. I know I'm quite random with things. But yeah, we'll be joining Magnus Moth and a whole bunch of people. It's going to be a whole blowout of variety games for the next few days. You created a I saw Tuxel. Damn! Burb. Yes. You have created the sexiest being since sex. Burb. The burb man. So much burb. What burb? Wow. Oh my god. Yeah, that burb gonna steal your girl. Schedules? Holy Kungadero. That reminds me of that one time. Ah, birds, yes. Spamton G Spamton. Fresh? Tastes like fresh. Complete. Oh my god. Hellhounds, I just saw what you posted now. Very much burb. I feel like this is half man, half horse. Or horse with a man with the body of a horse. I gotta check what it is. Jay plays it all the time, the meme song, I think man with the body of a horse, right? Half horse, half man. Anyway, man with the body of a burb. There we go. Characters, such a cluster of imagery and concepts, all managed to work together. Angels, museums, history, time, astrology, tarot cards, mages, royalty, peacocks. I mean, sometimes it all just comes together in a harmonious way. Oh, almost forgot. B, may you have a beautiful night. May you have sweet dreams. And as you drift away into the peaceful abyss of your mind, may you be at ease. And may you be able to enjoy the most beautiful visions for you to explore, to fuel your creativity as you return to the waking world. And so, until you return to this world, good night. Man with a body of a peepus. There we go. Half horse, half man. Thank you. Thank you. I need to practice that, because that is a very silly song. Bat. Bat. Miku. Bat. Huh. Yeah, interesting. I did not know that. It was actually a thing. Half horse, half man. Because I forget if that is a royalty-free song. Half man, half Muppet. Oh my. We got Statler and Waldorf in their box, just like, huh, which half's the Muppet? I don't know, but either way, they're both terrible. Drop it in memes, yes. Y'all stay awesome and behave. Buzz off, you have a trip into town. Little town, it's a quiet village. Every day, like the one before. Little town, full of little people, waking up to say, hey Burb, hey Burb, hey Burb, hey Burb, hey Bird, hey Burb! There goes the plague doctor with his... I'll have to workshop that. And hello, Jesse, good morning. How you be today? Make yourself comfortable. Gonna go for a little bit longer. Just singing about plague Dr. Burbs in little large French villages. Oh my god. Beauty and the Beast. Except Nostrad Erica. Why am I turning into a Disney princess? Why not? I mean, I've already been a Gothic queen. Y'all know the power of Zetta. We just sing for the end. There goes the baker with his tray, like always. The same old bread and rolls to sell. And the words and lyrics here are the words and lyrics can't remember. The poor provincial town. Good morning, pal! There must be more than this provincial wife. I'm going to make Belle my wife. Ew. F off, Gaston. You remind me of a creep I know from another world. Let's see. Prue, you have not watched as many Disney films. Thought that was Hunchback of Notre Dame. Now there's something. There's some dark music. You have slaughtered blood on the steps of Notre Dame. Man, I'm trying to remember, because Notre Dame... Ooh, there would be a cover to do. Hello, Ash. How you be today? What's going on? There we are. Beata Maria, you know I am a righteous man. Of my virtue I am justly proud. Beata Maria, you know I'm so much purer than the common, vulgar, weak, licentious crowd. Then tell me, Maria, why I see her dancing there, why her smoldering eyes still scorch my soul. Like fire, hellfire, this fire in my skin, this burning desire is turning me to sin. Most dramatic reaction to a man getting a boner ever. Oh, is Spampton G. Spampton singing the song of my people? Do what you want, cause a pirate is free. You are a pirating Minecraft, click this link. Beautiful. It ain't my fault you go horny for a gypsy. Oh my god. Oh dear, Claude Frollo, what an amazing villain, and what an absolute terrible person. Disney aced someone who is truly terrifyingly evil, and he is so self-righteous about it. Claude Frollo is an excellent villain. Terrible, hateable character. But the virtuousness by which he goes forth with all of his actions. It's such a delicious dichotomy from a storytelling perspective. And God, is it deserved watching him and the irony of his death. Just chef's kiss. Man, I miss the good days of Disney. I miss when they cared about art. Yes, it's always been a product, but I missed when they leaned into storytelling, adapting these classic tales, putting so much love and heart into innovative animation before they got into slopifying everything. Remember when Disney made good villains? Truly scary and fun? Yes. Because, okay, we can have a family trauma villain in there just as a little variation. Okay. We can have, I was trying to remember, we can have Abuela Alma in there as their villain, quote unquote. Villains like Junko fucking Enoshima. Yeah, right. Junko is one of those where, man, she is twisted. And when you get into those kind of villain motivations, that they're committed to it. There is no sympathizing with a character like Claude Frollo or Junko Enoshima. They are vile. They are evil. And the malice that they have, which, you know, I say it as the term that was used in the movie. I understand there's negative connotations to it. It is also, you know, there's some, I feel like I'm dancing around a minefield, because sometimes there's those things of what does someone within that culture say and feel about that? Because there's probably a good touchstone. Even some people where they'll just use the term and be like, yep, this is it. Or some people who have taken back terms and gone, nah, I'll just use this. Very subjective, of course. You'd be into Maleficent. Okay, let's be real though, Maris. Maleficent is a baddie. Gorgeous. And, you know, also, you know, she happens to be a giant, imposing dragon lady on top of that. Added perks, options, smells big and white. Anyway, I'm sorry, what? Talk movie villains, Frollo is a good example. The Horned King from the Black Cauldron. Ooh, interesting choice. Yeah, the Black Cauldron, definitely one of those Disney films that sadly gets forgotten about. And I've had a lot of reminders recently of, I forget his name. The Poacher, I think Mick Lynch. Oh look, waifus! Hello, Zeki. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. I am Mihai Zetta. I am the Dream Dragon. Welcome to the Zettaplex, your escape from it all. This world is your place to explore and to be at peace. We're just gabbing tonight. But please rest, recharge, and just know it'll only cost you a memory. I'd ask what you were doing. Slapping a collar on me the moment we get raided. I can't believe you, Ash. I can't believe you. Can you believe this? But hello, welcome in, my friend. How is Minecraft? I know I saw you were streaming before I went live. And what have you been doing with your server? Because I've been lurking in a few streams. Have you been doing an SMP that you're part of, or is this one of your personal servers? Because I know I was watching a few nights ago when you were working on building up your tower and running into issues with the 5th and 6th floor. Because I think I missed the context of what world you were playing as part of. And of course, welcome everyone. Please do rest, recharge. I've been meaning to do some Minecraft myself because it's been a hot minute. An angel and a dragon walk into a bar and they walk out together. The Skeksis. Oh, there's some good villains. Yeah, right now we've been talking villains from a lot of Disney films in particular. And just truly, truly terrible beings. Good villains where there's no sympathizing with them. Okay, it is your community server. Have no purpose to your tower beside tall. Nice. Because I remember watching that and it's just like, heck, I mismeasured. Which, when you're playing survival, can be a bit of a pain in the butt trying to calculate how to make it go. The dragon was the one is waiting for the punchline. Oh my god. Rasputin from the animated Anastasia movie, Don Bluth classic. Still mad that we can't do well, so we can, their online can be done. Elio Cully, what? Hello, my friend. Speaking of dragons, an angel and another dragon walk into the bar. Hello, my friend. Give you a shout out in a second, as I know you were streaming earlier too. Drink, Dirk, bro. Drink. Nonde, nonde. Delicious. Excuse me. That's been on my backlog to do for a while with making a community server, because for a while my servers were down. I needed to fix up how that all worked. Let's see, Elio. Has that been enough time? Which now here's a dude I've known for a very long time. There we go.
The villain that sounded like Pete!
I have one friend who's down bad very much for Pete.
So every time I'm hearing that voice, like, Goof, my son respects me.
God, what a toxic individual. Minecraft, is that golly, I think the hardest thing with a community Minecraft server is just working out the access and whitelisting. Because I know that can get out of control very quickly. Which, you know, using paid Eternos servers and things like that, it should actually be easy and just go, all right, let me do things the easy way instead of trying to do it custom. Yeah, I might have to look into that, especially now that I've seen some Neoforge servers, which can add a little extra zazz, because normally I would do a lot of purpose servers, things that were designed to be efficient, mostly vanilla. But now I've seen some fun stuff that people have added in, like different mods that I did not realize existed until now, such as Figura, which is a fully, it's an animation and skin based mod, which offers a lot of customization of characters that, one, parallels what can be done in Bedrock, and two, parallels some of the tools and tricks that are used by private creators, let's say. Except it's in 1.20.1, so it's been updated from being shackled to 1.12.2. TikTok from the Pete VA himself that he's a cat. That was like a few years ago. Now there, as we're talking villains, and yeah, good differentiator to throw in there, Void. Abuela Alma as an antagonist. There really wasn't a villain of Encanto. It's a movie about family dysfunction. Mother Gothel, on the other hand, because you're right, Abuela Alma, she's got major issues. She's got character motivations. She's not malicious. A lot of this is getting down to just the toxic nature of this family. List of mods, the house, I might ask you that. Purpose of lightweight machines, because I know I do want to make things that are fairly accessible, because I know I've played on some servers that have brutally extensive mod lists, and they're cool from customization perspectives, but I don't want to be needing to ask someone that you need to have a computer where you can dedicate 32 gigs of memory to running this without it crashing. Yeah, Mother Gothel, this narcissistic, manipulative, just the narcissistic, manipulative motivations of her. Oh, I love being able to hate Mother Gothel. And just, yeah, Elia just even pointing out right there how knowing the entire premise is this woman seeking immortality, and knowing that Rapunzel is her ticket to continuing this after she was born with this flower of eternal life. Just kicked off the kill bill. Boo 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 boo. Ba ba da ba da ba. Oh no, there's a mashup. Floral server optimized so your shitty laptop can... Okay, good to know. So Floral's also been running one of his own. Noted. Interesting thing about the name Vexio. Did I somehow tap into something we didn't realize suggesting that? Loved Rapunzel's hair? Yes. Like, there's a classic example of an abusive narcissist as your parent, where they only see this thing that you represent. You are not... thank you. You are not a person. You are their legacy. You are this thing that represents the represents the reputation. And a good choice of a villain that also happens to be family. Obviously, not Rapunzel's actual mother. But, God, just... I feel like Tangled was the tail end of that. The tail end of just these Disney masterpieces. And it really breaks my heart that we haven't had a good 2D feature since Princess and the Frog. Which, its own stylistic choices... Yeah, I know. It's a difficult topic discussing narcissists in families. So, if anyone is uncomfortable about this discussion, please just slam the brakes and go, okay, we're touching upon too many things, because that is not something I want to touch on here. Lord only knows, I know. I want this to be a place of healing, not a place of reopening wounds. So, yeah. Your goat, Lilo and Stitch, was after Princess and the Frog. I was gonna say original Lilo and Stitch was around the turn of millennium. I want to say 2000, 2001-ish. The classic
Ohana means family.
Before we get the live action,
Ohana means family, except because we want to introduce this function where Lani is going to go off and abandon her family to go to college, because family does not mean happy ending.
God, Disney having to ruin the happily ever after. How twisted is that? That you get a corpo that all of a sudden is like, yeah, so we know our entire shtick is, bringing a little bit of fairy tale in your lives. We're gonna break your hearts because, no, we